if you hear banging in the background, don't worry about me. It's fireworks. It's fireworks night. It's bonfire night, right? Don't worry about it. I'm absolutely fine. Didn't get invited to a display, but who cares? Don't worry about it. As long as one of them doesn't land on the shed, I think we're absolutely fine. Actually, that being said, I do live right next to the army barracks, so it's either fireworks or gunfire. Either way, don't worry about it. We're absolutely fine. It doesn't seem like they're going to stop anyway. I should probably forewarn you that there's arsing around in this video. So I did have another couple of messages after I asked around the other day, begging me not to arse around anymore. So I thought it only fair to sort of drive home the point by arsing around some more, if that makes any sense at all. But it will be a little bit West Ham related, albeit tenuously. And that starts with manager David Moyes, who has been doing a lot of interviews. He's done his 1000th game, hasn't he? So he's been in high demand. And people are asking how has he managed to forge this exciting team, and in particular get some players playing, and how's he managed to get the best form out of Pablo Fornals. And David Moyes has actually said that it was due to a little bit Mikel Antonio learning Spanish, but also it was very, very easy for him to get the best out of Pablo Fornals because David Moyes himself speaks Spanish. He learnt it when he was over managing Real Sociedad.
I know some of the players. They have been training with me dos, tres, cuatro times.
Now, what makes me laugh about that is clearly Moyes is aware that he's in Spain, right? So he's thinking, I'll use a bit of the Spanish lingo. So he's just assumed that they know what training means, they know what players means, they know what times means. But he's going with the uns, dos, tres. Or what, actually, it was a lot more Scottish than that, wasn't he? But David Moyes is multilingual. Clearly, he speaks, well, Scottish and Spanish. Unfortunately, no English. However, it's okay, because if what he wants to do is deal with some of the French players, like Zuma, what he's going to do is he's going to hire Joey Barton to be his interpreter.
As I said yesterday, I make one tackle, and all everybody speaks about is this tackle. Nobody speaks about the 50-yard pass that kills Balmon and it causes a red card for him.
All anybody speak about is this tackle. It does make me laugh how these people, and the best is yet to come, which is, Steve McClaren. It does make me laugh how these people go and work in a foreign country and they don't actually make any effort at all to learn the language. Well, apart from David Moyes. So at least David Moyes learnt to count, let's be fair. But they think it's just enough just to do the accent there. So, and what made me laugh about that Joey Barton clip was Joey Barton had taken offence to the fact that the French media had cottoned on to the fact that Joey Barton was a bit of a naughty boy. What he's saying is, they only mention is the red card, they do not talk about my fantastic pass. And do you know what, if he'd have done it that well, I wouldn't have minded. But this is Joey Barton, by the way, who has got a rap sheet as long as your arm. I mean, he really has. I think he got banged up for 6 months for punching someone repeatedly in the face in Liverpool Town Centre until they fell unconscious. I think when he was at Man City, he extinguished a cigar on a youth player's eye. I guess there were no ashtrays around at the time. There was another player called Usman Darbo, who he basically beat up until he was unconscious. There were several other fracas. I love that word, fracas. Fracas. I'm multilingual, I can say what I want. I think actually when he was on tour, didn't he try and beat up a 15-year-old Everton fan as well? And I think it was Richard Dunn, possibly, who had to stop him from doing it. There's something much worse very recently, which I don't want to talk about for legal reasons. And even just this week, was he not embroiled in an anti-Semitism row or something like that? But it did make me laugh, because when I was doing the research for this video, it said misunderstood. Joey Barton, misunderstood. I mean, we understand perfectly well, Mr. Barton. But he is not the worst culprit in this. Far from it. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve.
I sort of knew when I came here, and Champions League, Liverpool or Arsenal, I thought maybe one of them we would draw, and it is Arsenal, I think.
Yeah, I know one of them we would draw. It's Arsenal. I think. Well, you better hope it's Arsenal, Steve, because well, the Dutch accent is really something to behold, and there's a lot of Steve in this one. I come here, we draw. I think we draw Arsenal. it gets, I was going to say it gets a lot better, or it gets a lot worse.
And to experience big games.
Big games, big games. That's the international sign language for big games. That's not that. That's big something else. Big games, big games. I come here to experience big games. It's not the last time you're going to see that particular mime. Not from me, Steve.
Champions League, Arsenal, at home, the Emirates will be fantastic for the players.
Arsenal, Champions League, fantastic. It's just absolutely marvellous. It actually reminds me of remember Bobby Robson. Bless him, Bobby Robson. Now, Bobby Robson, a hugely successful foot manager. Oh my goodness, not a podiatrist or anything. A football manager. He went and managed out in PSV Eindhoven, and there's a wonderful interview where he turned around and said they asked him how well that he'd settled in Holland. And he said he was absolutely amazed to go to Holland because so many people there spoke English, he didn't even have to learn Hollish, which I thought was absolutely marvellous. One man who does know how to speak Hollish, of course, is... Not
just for now, but in the future as well.
It must be very special for you personally.
Yeah, of course. It's one of the reasons I came, because a good team and they qualified Champions League, so...
yeah, of course. It's good team. They qualified Champions League. It's good. Did you hear that? That was one of those fireworks where there's no bang at the end. You get the build up and it goes, and you expect to right at the end. Nothing. I didn't see it, but I know it's one of those. Steve.
To draw Arsenal, one of the big teams, is exciting for everybody.
To draw Arsenal? I love that one. One of the big teams. He's really going mad with the gestures. He's really trying to drive this home, Steve McClaren. And I've got to say, so what we obviously got here is Davy Moyes can speak Spanish. We hire misunderstood Joey Barton to be our French translator. If we need someone to translate the Dutch, there's only one man for the job. I mean, there's loads of it. You only find one clip of Moyes. You only find one clip of Barton. I mean, there's this whole interview. There's 2 or 3 with Steve McClaren. He's really... I was going to say, he's really invested in the Dutch lifestyle. But I say, he's not learnt the language. You get the impression he's just sort of rented a windmill or something and speaking a lot like this.
Arsenal is a big team. What are your chances against Arsenal?
I say, I think we are not just what you call underdogs.
What you call underdogs? Oh yeah, we in Holland, we also call it underdogs. I mean, that is hilarious. So let's just work through this. He's speaking in a Dutch accent to a Dutch interviewer, right? If you were to say how you say, you would choose a Dutch word, right? But instead I said, how you say underdogs? No, it's probably not. There's a completely different word in Dutch to explain somebody that's not the favourite in a sporting contest. That's what he's saying. Basically, you're either a favourite to win a game or you're an underdog. So, how you say underdogs? She said, no, Mr. McClaren, that's how you say. It's like, how you say Buckingham Palace, fish and chips? No, that's what the English say. It's not the last time he's going to use an English phrase and pass it off as Dutch.
We will see on the night. Some people, they grow.
Some people, they grow. Again, he loves it. It's because he's in Holland. It's just basically windmills, isn't it? That's what he's saying. Some people, they grow. Last but not least, using a dry cleaning term this time.
Clean sheet, I call it, is one of the most important things in football.
And laundry, to be fair. I love that. Clean sheet, I call it. At least he's not saying there, how you say. He's learning now. He's learning. He's basically saying, it's what I say. I say clean sheet. I love the little chuckle at the start. Steve McClaren, absolutely wonderful. We do not have enough English and Scottish. Sorry, Davy boy. Sorry, Moysey. Going overseas and doing this stuff. It's absolutely wonderful. I don't want these guys. What I want, actually, is I want Steve McClaren to get a job. I want Steve McClaren to get a job in France. I want to hear Steve McClaren get. I want him to get a job in France and do the French accent. I want him everywhere. I want him to go to Germany. Kaiser Chiefs South African. I want him to go to South Africa. I want to hear his Afrikaans. Basically, is what I want to see. Anyway, there you go. A bit of silliness. I was actually going to talk about David Moyes and how this second stint. What was I going to say? I was going to suggest, because of something that Mikey spoke about on Patreon. I was going to suggest that maybe David Moyes benefited from getting a sack the first time with West Ham. I'll probably do that tomorrow, actually, if you don't mind. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that then, because I think I've basically done. I can't even see. I've done at least 12 minutes arsing around and probably a little bit more. So I'll leave it there. Apologies if you didn't like the video. Actually, not apologies. I don't apologise at all. I told you at the start, lots of arsing around. Arsing around is what you got. Until next time, I see you tomorrow. I speak David Moyes uns dos tres times.